Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to Path of Exile. We're playing the Essence League in a dual totem build that is slowly growing into Tukohama's Totemancer. We can't assume the title just yet because A, we're not a chieftain, and B, we don't have the appropriate keystone yet. We don't have Tukohama War's Herald just yet. So we'll have to wait with a proper naming. But until then, we are still having fun and doing pretty decently. Killing things, I would say, rather well. Monkey agrees, or ape. I keep calling them monkeys, there are apes of course. Purple, Onion of Souls. I mean Union of Souls. That was them. So in between episodes I crafted myself a new body armor. We have a lot of armor and we have the plus 29 to maximum life thanks to the Muttering Essence of Greed. It's really nice being able to craft yourself a armor that at least has life on it. Especially when you don't really have a decent armor just yet. Ooh. So I think that armor by itself just doubled our previous amount of armor. Went from like 150 to 350. Let's see, Muttering Essence of Contempt. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And that was that. Waypoint, so that will lead onwards to Oak and Health. And we are making our way to the Western Forest to kill the witch and encounter our first black card. Let's see, Flam, we can do that. First proper living black cards, because I think you only find corpses in Act 1, don't you? Copper plate, yeah, so that's something. I have the ward plate that I operate as well. Copper plate is one tier lower, that's the level 17. Of course, I don't know, does Spidey count as a black card? She's sorta kinda affiliated with them, but she's not one of them, is she? Allegiances of all the people in this game. Probably write a book about it. Works pretty well. We're killing most of the suicide commandos before they are actually exploding themselves. Western Forest waypoint, that was part of the achievements to get. Someone got really happy, they exploded with joy. Here the path leads off to Alira, might as well take her on. Oh, and there is an essence battle over here, that's gonna be fun. Let's see, Essence of Woe. So that allies deal extra physical damage, not a substantial amount, just extra. So that could be worse. It went rather well. But as I mentioned before, the fact that the totems get attacked and soak away a lot of the damage really means that we virtually have maybe double the life we currently have. Die witch, die. Oh, we can't actually attack you. There. And yeah, we'll just wait for her to die. That's the. Currently, there's not a lot of active gameplay just yet.
There's no blacker magic than death, witch.
That's the the early limitation that there's no, we can tank most of the mobs, so from a convenience point of view we do, since there is no real point in just running around way too much and effectively not needing to do it. Later on we can now do some cursing and get a bit more involved with the gameplay. Give the totems more life, so we just gave them damage, now more life, and they get physical damage reduction, so they become slightly tankier, which is always nice. Hey, is that a engraver? That's a engraver. Hello. Let me stand on this side here. Kill a rogue Templar. So, engraver is a Templar. Check off. That's encounter 2. Some sapphire rings, double rings, yes. So, of course, wisdom. Wisdom, 1 click, yes. Artisan strongbox. We can't do much with it, so we'll just wing it. Here, have some minions, and then we get some of this stuff. This early, you're not gonna get showered in chaos orbs or things like that. No, you're just gonna get some of these blacksmith whetstones, armor scraps, things like that. Maybe an orb of transmutation if you're lucky. So there's no point in spending huge amounts of currency in order to improve the artisan strongboxes just yet. No, once you're running maps, you might benefit from it, but here, not really. So you are nicely surrounded by totems. And really not having a good day, are you? There. So we can go back to normal, to Act 1. Chat with Bestel to get ourselves a skill point. Okay. And now time for the Spider Queen. Set our tower shields, that's level 17. I'd rather have something that's going to be lower 20s. I'm currently level 22, so this is a level 17 area. That's where it stinks. Silver coin means prophecy. Ooh, that's wait, was that someone else's Ancestral Bond totems that got linked with mine? Was that really what happened there? That seems interesting, if I can use my opponent's Ancestral Bonds against them. That bears further investigation. Though Ancestral Bonders don't occur all that often, in all fairness. Okay, that one is just stuck in the corner. And pretty darn dead. Hello, Spideys. So, Spider Queen. Yeah, we got 500 life already. That's pretty darn decent for this point in the game. On the other hand, yeah, for this point in the game it's pretty decent. I mean, by the time we're at the end of Act 3, we of course want to have close to 1000 life. But that's also the point where we actually start paying attention to our gear. Where you can get to know yourself more reliably, 3 and 4 socketed items, and actually have some links that are worth something. And where you finally get a bit of a build together. Until then you're just using a loose collection of skills. I understand that for the new player experience, no, they don't want to make it too complicated early on. As a slightly more experienced player, early game is the stuff that you want to get through as fast as possible now, just to get to the parts of the game that are more interesting. Which is funny, because for a long time I used to only play through normal difficulty. It's until Talisman League, that's the first time I actually ventured beyond normal into Cruel and actually went into the endgame. Muttering Essence of Sorrow. I believe this might be a new one. I don't think we have had a Sorrow just yet. Let's taunt all the spiders. That's Vortexes if I read it correctly. Chilled Ground, yeah, Vortex. So what does a Vortex do? Or what does a Sorrow do? Upgrade a normal item to a rare. Okay, that's the standard. Weapon, +1 to the level of socketed cold gems. All other items give 13 to 17 dexterity. Interesting. So if you get the fire variety of that, they no longer need to do the crafting recipe dance, but you can just make it work. I wonder if the higher tiers might even give a +2. Interesting. Very interesting. So, the fact that there's 25 different ones and there are some cycles that repeat for all 3 of the elements or all 3 of the stats does mean that there are maybe 10 truly unique effects that just repeat 2 or 3 times, or mostly 3 times. Either way, it doesn't really matter. We probably have to be there. It's still pretty cool. Now, anything that gives you a bit more control over your crafting is a good thing in my book. Because I think the crafting system is what allows you to play this game properly just by yourself, rather than having to rely on trade exclusively or on luck. That's not a lot of action RPGs where you only rely on luck. You know, if you that works if you can play 10 hours a day every day. But if you have a bit more things to do with your life, that might be a bit much to ask to just grind through things in order to get stuff. So crafting is a pretty nice way to deal with that. You be burned. Be very, very burned. And that was the Spider Queen. So, time to go to Act 1. Oh, first up, saw some stuff. Let's see, we don't use these big weapons, we don't use evasion. This is maybe useful as a crafting base. This is a bit of a low-end weapon. And we're not going to use that one either. Navali, do you have a prophecy for us?
The rings that bind grow tighter, the plate thicker, the leather denser, all with a single touch.
So, using one of these will boost the quality of something to 20, which is pretty nice if you find a decent rare. Let's see, just put this away for sorting, put this away for sorting. Let's see, Silk is gonna get us a skill gem, melee physical damage support. Nope. Faster attacks, maybe for the jumping. Weapon elemental damage, nope. We don't have the dex for it though, that's the annoying bit. Okay, we'll just stash it away, we'll see. Now the jumping, we don't regularly use it, we only use it for getting over obstacles. So not having really fast jumping skills is okay for now. And we get a book. It seems that they hotfixed the skills pop-up now, which is nice. Let's see, we got this, we are working on this one. So, totems gain more life and they gain some elemental resists. Cool. tanky totems. Next up is gonna be pretty nice. It's gonna boost life damage. Just everything a totem would want. Then we go back to the riverways. And it's time to cross the road. And look for oak. Yeah, the path is going this way. Path goes this way. And no, it goes there. And there is the wetlands, or there are the wetlands. Ah, they emerge from that side. I was already looking. Where is the door? Because there was no visible entrance or exit. Okay. Moving on. Note to self, don't kill oak, help oak. With the bandits it's easy to fall into a pattern. Oh, a strongbox. We have to loot it, of course. Oh. Wasn't quite what I was planning. I was planning to ID it, then misclicked. But it has identified items, detonates corpses. Stream of mobs and items have 20% quality. Oh, that's pretty cool. Ooh. Superior frostbolt, 20%. That's interesting. Of course we get a bunch of jewelry because they can't contain quality. Yeah, but we'll pick these things up and just sell them. Selling 40% quality worth of items is gonna give you a scrap for that. We help oak, we get 40 life. And we are at 548. Good stuff. Time to move on. Level 19 area. Western Forest was only 17. So we are rapidly advancing through the levels. Which is nice.
Over here, Exile.
Hello there, Tora. What do you want? Hunt down mobs. You are pointing that way, roughly. And the thing points this way, so that works. Hey, waypoint, good. Then we can also just touch this to get rid of the big items in our inventory. Hello there, Infected Roa. How are you today? Good. Medium hybrid. It has quality on it. Interestingly enough. And some frozen stuff. Some angry bears. Essences of hatred. What was it again? Hatred burns cold. So this is the Arctic Breath one. Is it a Vaal Arctic Breath or just a Vaal version of the Arctic Breath? Because I don't remember ever actually seeing a Vaal Arctic Breath. Hey, wow, another one. Niceness. Another hatred. Apparently they like hatred here. Yeah. Just to make sure the beam is hitting it. Only need to have one of the beams hitting it for the maximum amount of effect. And there is the last of our corrupted buddies. Okay. That was that. Back to Tora. Which I believe was just a straight line that way. Good, good. And we have a mildly satisfied Tora. There will be more missions though. There's always more corruption to fight. Ah, there. There are snakes. And dead end. Okay. See, this is a level 20 area. Searing Bond went up. What's the DPS now? 200 fire damage per second, compared to only 104 for flames. I like it. Boom, boom. Now once we hit Act 3, we'll and we have some upgraded version of all the gear. Now once we got some level 20-25 versions of all the gear, we got proper 3 or 4 sockets and everything, and we've spent a little bit of time to just polishing up our gear. I'll also see if I can sort out trading for some of the support gems that we need. Because as a Marauder it's difficult to get blue support gems, because most of the things you get are gonna be red ones. So unless you happen to be lucky to find stuff, you'll need to resort to trading for things. But right now most of the gems like faster casting and elemental focus, the level 18 ones, minimum price they trade for is an Orb of Alchemy, which at this point I simply don't have yet. So we're just gonna wait and eventually we'll see. Because the damage is fine enough, so we don't really need it yet. But it will be nice to just get things up to snuff in the next act. Because Piety, Dominus, they do push us to up our game a little bit. Now if you've been following more of my series, you know that I usually do my gearing up just before Piety or Dominus in the middle of Act 3. Usually after the library, because the library is when you unlock a bunch of useful support gems. And for us, we got to get Flammability and Determination in the middle of Act 4 or Act 3. And Ancestral Warchief and Shockwave Totem at level 28. Though I have my doubts whether we're actually gonna use the Ancestral Warchief, because I think we'll just go straight to the Shockwave Totem and skip the Warchief. Just focus on the skills we will be using rather than on some potentially short-term skills which we won't use. Let's see, let's put in a better flask. Alteration and another group. Muttering Essence of Torment. So Torment was lightning. Yes, it's the lightning orb thing. Look. And yeah, that one's getting roasted. Hello there. Shoots. Very dead one. It's also a dead end. Hey, this room. There you go. Searing Bond, Flame Totem, go. Yep, works pretty well. So you... I got stuck behind a little pole there with the jump. Hey. Ringwork code, that's level 17. It's on the low end as well. Doing an overhead slam attack is a best way to kill multiple barrels, especially once you no longer have access to melee attacks. Putting flame totems out of the way of myself doesn't seem useful if they're trying to kill me. Placing specific totems in specific places is definitely a skill that you will have to learn to hone over time. Still not good at it, but slowly getting better, I think. The Vault of Aziri. That's the loot frenzy one, isn't it? I enjoy doing it. It's pretty fun. And this is the... No, still not the bridge. Man, what a bunch of fake decoys today. Another one. Yes. Yeah. Finally, we found it. The ancient seal. We just roll it off the bridge like we don't care.
Ancestors, forgive me. I have opened the way to Kitava, father of corruption.
Kitava. Muttering Essence of Sorrow. Is that a new one? Could be another one. Oh no, this is the Vortex one. So we already have it. It's the +1 to gold gems. Yeah, +1 to gold gems. Wait, what? Can't pick up items. Superior Rallying Cry. Ooh, interesting. Rallying Cry is of course a war cry that gives us more mana and increases damage, and it might be a global damage increase. That is worth playing with for a little bit. Let's put it over here, since we don't really use the Fireball Totem anyway. Rallying Cry. Okay, so 104 and just under 200. Let's see if we can get some mobs grouped up like so. Let's see. Do a shout and then we see 104 became 116 because we have a buff up. So Rallying Cry is a way to boost your output with totems. Also, we're being sent into the woods. Did they redesign the northern forest this way? I'm completely upside down with surprise now. Yet another unexpected change in level design. So it used to be really easy to just get through the area. They just followed the water. Oh, we have this one, then the last one here is going to be the 8% totem damage. And then we are slowly getting done with this leg of the journey, and then we are going to boost our defenses again. Because keep in mind, we have nearly 600 life, but we don't really have any investment in boosting life via the skill tree just yet. This is all just raw life. So once we start opening up the starter area of the Marauder, within no time we will have close to 1000 health and a bunch of health regen and all the good stuff. But that's gonna be another time. For now, I think we have made some decent progress. And of course everybody's pissed, so we're just not gonna speak with them. We'll just enter pockets later and then run onwards to the Vaal Oversoul and get the heck out of this foresty place. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.